Norbert Rillieux. Norbert Rillieux was born in 1806 into a prominent Creole family in New Orleans. In the 1820s, he traveled to Paris to study at Ecole Centrale, one of the best engineering schools in France, and at 24 he became a teacher. He published several papers about the use of steam to work devices, which was the premise for his invention. Up until that time, the process to refine sugar was difficult and tedious. Workers would often burn, and sugar would be wasted in the process. Norbert traveled back to Louisiana in 1833 and worked on his machine, which he patented in 1843. His invention revolutionized the industry of processing sugar. Norbert's multiple effect vacuum evaporator produced a whiter, more refined sugar with less labor. However, Norbert came back to France just before the Civil War, frustrated by race relations in the U.S., which made patenting inventions difficult for black people. The method he invented went on to be used for all evaporation processes to include condensed milk, gelatin, soap, glue, and whiskey. The study of our history can take time, and I have some new information on Mr. Rillieux. In the 1850s, Mr. Rillieux presented a plan to the New Orleans leadership that would drain the swamps that surrounded the city. These swamps were the perfect breeding ground for the mosquitoes that were causing the ongoing spreading of yellow fever in the area. Some rejected the idea because of his race. This dissension was enough to force Norbert to return to Paris. But that's not how this tale ends. A few years later, the city would implement a plan nearly identical to Mr. Rillieux', which brought a swift end to the disease-carrying bugs.